Hello, I'm Amari Jones, and today is Thursday, February 12th. This is Caffeine TV, your daily news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 16, as in 16 hours. That's how long it took to negotiate a ceasefire for Ukraine yesterday. That ceasefire is set to begin on Sunday. Now, as we spoke about earlier this week, those ceasefire talks were led by Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany and President Francois Hollande of France, who brokered that agreement between Ukraine and Russia. Now, this is like the umpteenth ceasefire agreement to be inked since the conflict began in Ukraine last year. The most recent one was in September, but since we are in Groundhog Month, like that movie Groundhog Day, each of those ceasefire agreements has repeated and ended in the same way by being broken. Now, the sticking point between Russia and Ukraine was over what is going to happen with the parts of the country that have been taken over by the Ukrainian rebels backed by Russia, and Russia wanted them to be, not surprisingly, independent, and Ukrainian government wanted them to remain a part of Ukraine, but they basically came up with a way to come up with some language to paper over their differences. But this morning, Ukraine accused Russia of violating the spirit of its agreement by rolling some tanks and heavy artillery into the country, and that move by Vladimir Putin to basically tear up the agreement that he just signed got me to thinking about that line from Harry Potter when Professor Snape turned to Harry and said, "The Dark Lord is not resting." The next number up today is 2,000. That's how many people turned out for a candlelight vigil last night at the University of North Carolina for 3 Muslims associated with the university who were shot in the head on Tuesday. 23-year-old Dia Barakat, who was a graduate student there, his wife, 21-year-old Yusur Muhammad, who was set to begin graduate studies there, and her 19-year-old sister, Razan Abu Salia, were all gunned down by their neighbor, Craig Hicks, who was an avowed gun lover and posted a number of racist rants on Facebook. Now, according to MSC, the latest dispute between the neighbors who he's harassed since the day they moved in centered on a parking spot, and the police are wondering whether or not this was a hate crime, whether or not their religion played into it. But it seems to me that if you're upset about a parking spot, you shoot out the tires, or you shoot out the window, or you toilet paper the bumper. You don't enter into someone's apartment and shoot everyone inside execution style. And it just made me wonder, what do the police need for Spock from Star Trek to come and figure it out? The last number up today is 1, as in 1 year. That's how long Cho Yoon-ah of Korean Air nut rage fame was sentenced to yesterday for demanding that a plane in her daddy's company and its 250 passengers return to the airport gate when it was set to take off on the runway because she was upset at how some nuts were served to her in first class. During her sentencing, the judge said that she, with her antics, had done, quote, damage to the dignity of the nation, close quote. Now, Cho, back in December, an executive vice president of Korean Air and the daughter of the company's chairman, had asked for some macadamias, and when they were served to her in a bag instead of on a plate, she went well nuts, saying that that was a violation of the company's policy, and eventually demanding that the flight attendant get on her knees and beg for her forgiveness while she hit her in the face with a roll of paper. Now, what's interesting is that when her dad found out, he went nuts himself, saying that he clearly didn't raise her right. He made her resign from every position in the company that she had and made her bow in an apology in front of the entire country on television, in a move that's the exact opposite of the modern trend of attachment parenting. That's detachment parenting. But honestly, during this entire segment, I've had to hold my EpiPen because I'm allergic to both entitlement and nuts.